welcome. I see a few of you have logged in. Come say hello in the chat. If you're new here, hello as well. My name's Adam Sutherland. I'm a fiddle player from the Highlands of Scotland, and I'm broadcasting to you most Thursdays from my wee shed somewhere in Scotland. Just want to share my tune writing journey with you and hopefully maybe help you in some way on your own tune writing journey. And this week I've decided, probably unwisely, to again attempt to write a tune. Just seeing in the chat we have Gavin Maxwell in the house. Hello Gavin, how are you doing, my man? I've been trying to write tunes recently. There's loads of different ways to do it. I'm going to just try and this week just think of some weird notes. Weird, hopefully not as in like not nice weird, but maybe perhaps unusual. So I'm going to just get started. This is the hard bit for me. Finding some notes that are unusual enough that they're perhaps not sounding like something else, but not just weird. So I'm going to just, I don't know, find something. Try. So here we go. I'm going to make some not very nice noises. I'm feeling D major. It's nice, kind of bird songy. I've already decided I'm going to write a strat space, so I'm going to use these notes and just try them in different orders. And you don't need to be inspired for this. That one's the most interesting to me because it's kind of going somewhere. The other ones, I mean, they're nice, but it also sounds like, I don't know, a million things. The question is, does this bunch of notes start on beat 1, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, or do these notes start perhaps on beat 4, as in 1, 2, 3, 4? Do you see what I mean? Or would it be they start on beat 3, 1, 2, 3, 4? That feels weird. I feel like I'm gonna go for 1, 2, 3. Where is that going? Where does that take you? Last note of phrases take you somewhere. That's my favourite so far because all the other ones seem to immediately resolve this forward leaning question. Resolved. Resolved. Not quite as resolved, but that's like drawing you even further forward. So that pulling energy, that note pulls you forward more to me. Where are we going to go from there? desire to not do things that are like, I don't know, cliched or unsurprising, but not be too clever. Somewhere in the middle. Now I'm just feeling like this is a bit of a dead end. No. Sounds like something. Michael Bishop. Hello, Michael. Thank you for joining us. Do you set a time limit for dead ends? He's asking. It's a very good question. I feel like I don't set a time limit as in go, right, you've got 30 seconds, but maybe I should. I feel like I just usually get frustrated with them. But I am, one of my kind of principles of writing is that the way I do things is always up for changing. I don't want to fall into the trap of having a set way of writing things and not changing that. It's like a place of, it's going to sound really cheesy, but it's a place of fear, and I've been there where I've written some tunes one way and I don't want to try writing them another way in case it doesn't work. But so often the new tunes that I've written that I've liked have come out of trying something new, and in other words, trying a different way of writing. Certainly, I don't know, I feel like just tearing this up and start again. You have to, or I feel like I have to, be aware of my feelings a lot. It's a bit generic. I was set out to write something that wasn't generic. That's better. More interesting. What are we saying? This is the thing about deliberately trying to write a tune. You could write one, but do you like it? Do you care? I think I need to just play a few ideas around and not talk so much so I can kind of decide what I don't like. Just think of something else, like I hate this. Maybe the lesson from today is just I sometimes hate stuff that I write, and you're, rather than me just saying that with words, I'm showing you I hate this. Right. Okay, I'm going to try a new technique. I'm just going to clear my mind, which is not easy, and just listen. I just hear the rain. All I'm hearing is... That's not a Strathspey. I feel like I need an emotion. Hey Gavin, after the first 4 notes, I want to play a triplet, either a B, A, F sharp, or a D, C sharp, or A. I mean, oh, I wish I could hear you. Michael Bishop says perhaps delay the Strathspey for a few bars. A lot of my professional musician pals, composers, think I'm mad for doing this. One of them in particular, who I've mentioned a lot on this channel, thinks I'm mad. He might be right, but yeah, it's important to me to write something repeatable, worth repeating. Which is why I'm stuck here, because I could just write a tune. Hate it. Maybe I should just do that. Write a tune that I hate. I have had that idea before. Set yourself a challenge of writing a tune that you hate. After the first 5 notes, says Gavin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A triplet. B, A, F sharp. I've written what AI would write if it was asked to write a Shetland reel. With a hint of French Canadian, perhaps because I saw some French Canadians today, that band Le Vent du Nord. Saw them in a restaurant. Generic bluegrass sound. Today was the day he finally lost it, sitting in his shed trying to write Strathspey, came out with generic AI sounding Shetland stuff, then went slightly French Canadian, probably insulting anyone from French Canada listening, and then did some bluegrass imitation, and then he just stopped. Suddenly there was no concurrent viewers according to the screen. Right, I think I'm done. 17 minutes in. I'm going to stay online and chat to you, but I think I'm done trying to write a tune. That real stuff that came out there, I don't know, I just realised the bit my creative voice did not want to write a Strathspey. Do you know what? I'll try one more time. I'll just see what happens. Do Cape Breton. I'm actually playing little bits that are actually existing tunes. Doesn't sound like Cape Breton at all, apart from being Strathspey. Yeah! Right, give me another part of the world to just insult. Goodness me. And the worst jukebox. So I'll just chat for a bit. Today I was at Celtic Connections Festival. Doing a brew and a blether, it's called, and this is an idea that I'm quite proud of seeing that it was an idea of mine to approach the festival. Donald Shaw and also Leslie Shaw, I just said, look, I've got an idea that I want to speak to musicians in more depth than perhaps they are spoken to on radio interviews, and that's in no way throwing shade at radio interviews, because radio interviews have a very important job, and it's to help the musician explain about what they've just been doing and to help audience members connect with them. So that's very important. But I think there's also space for a kind of meet the person behind the musician, behind the music. So I don't know how long ago it was. It must be getting on for 10 years ago that I started doing this. We started doing this. Brew and a blether, as it's called. And just meet a musician, spend an hour chatting to them, listening to them, asking them questions. And so I did that today, and I got to chat to a wonderful musician, and I'm very happy to say a good friend of mine, Callum McCrimmon, who's a piper of mixed Scottish and Canadian ancestry. He's related to the great piping family, the McCrimmons of Skye, and I would say somewhat an authority on piping and Scottish music. plays in the fantastic band Bach. So I chatted to him, and we spoke about lots of things. One of the things we spoke about was, and I'll share this video with my Patreon team first of all, and then a wee while later I'll share it on YouTube. But Donald MacLeod, the fantastic piper composer, who Callum, and I'll try and get this, I won't get this word for word correctly, but Callum described Donald MacLeod as being the greatest tune writer of Scottish music in history, and not just bagpipe music, just any tune writing. And it's hard to argue with that. There's so many of Donald MacLeod's tunes that are played. I keep finding out that tunes I've been playing for decades are written by him, which is a mixture of feeling like, wow, another one, and also embarrassment, like, how did I not know that was also a Donald MacLeod tune? So yeah, if you haven't heard of Donald MacLeod, you should like look him up, or maybe I should also just offer to do some kind of feature, or maybe I should get Callum in the shed. I still haven't had any guests in my shed yet. It's quite small in here. I do love it. So yeah, we spoke about Donald MacLeod, and one of the things Callum told an anecdote from Donald MacLeod, which was he'd written this famous tune, and the last part of the tune Callum had heard from, I think, Norman Gillis, a famous pipe band leader. Norman Gillis told Callum McCrimmon that there was another part of this famous Donald MacLeod tune that didn't get published, and Norman Gillis knew the part, taught it to Callum. Callum was able to access that information today and just play it, even though he'd heard it in like 1995. And the reason that Donald MacLeod didn't include this part of the tune in his what would be classic melody was he felt it was not quite playable enough on the pipes, not accessible enough, and Callum went on to tell another story about Donald MacLeod saying to one of his piping kind of students, and this was in response to a question, what's the most difficult thing about composing tunes? And Donald MacLeod replied, if I get this right, knowing what to leave out. So that was a really beautiful story to hear from Callum today. What to leave out, and I don't know about you guys, but I can totally relate to that. You have, particularly if you're excited about an idea for a tune, I've made this mistake before of like, just, it's what I call overuse of a good idea. You have a good idea and you put it in too many times, and leaving it out is something that doesn't necessarily feel right and requires willpower and force. And just to hear that, so I think that must be the same in lots of things. In fact, a great supporter of traditional music, a lovely American lady called Candy Schwartz, came up afterwards, and she's actually on my Patreon team as well. To say thank you, Candy. She came up and she was saying that knowing what to leave out thing is something that she's heard is good advice and wisdom in lots of other disciplines like architecture and cooking. I feel like that must be the case with anything, that there's like similar lessons that can, I feel like in all art forms there's lessons that can be applied to them all. I don't know how you teach that, knowing what to leave out. Oh, good comment there from Michael Bishop. DAWs have made it worse. If you don't know what a DAW is, it's a digital audio workstation. It's like so much fun where you can just sit and record yourself and chuck in millions of things. But it's the same with the piano, I think, right? if you write a tune and you try and use all those keys, it's going to be tough. But if you decide I'm going to leave out almost all of those, but just pick a few, it gets easier. But again, I don't know if that's even quite the same thing. Knowing what to leave out, it sounds really easy and aha, but then when it's you the one that's trying to write your tune and you're trying to think like that, it suddenly becomes difficult. Ultimately, it just comes down to you writing your tune, and as I think I've demonstrated really effectively tonight, sometimes you sit and try and write a tune, and you don't get anything you like. I don't think I liked anything I played tonight, but that's okay. I don't have to like it, and it doesn't have to be a tune. It doesn't have to be anything. So I'm not putting any pressure on myself, even though it looks like I have by live streaming myself writing something. And what did I say in this live stream title? Watch me write a tune. Look how that turned out. Doesn't matter. And so often, like, it happens that you might try and write a tune one day and you don't write something you like, but the process of trying to write a tune on Tuesday, I know it's Thursday, process of trying to write a tune on Thursday, which ultimately fails, is actually helpful in you writing the tune on Saturday. And you wouldn't have written the tune on Saturday had you not chucked one out there on the Thursday. And there's that Ed Sheeran thing of just like he writes loads and loads of songs. Takes the pressure off. Most of them don't see the light of day, but from his crop of 100 songs, he's more likely to get 10 songs he likes and other folk like than if he just writes 10 songs. So there's something to be said for that. Yeah. Good comment from Gavin here. I'm finding I need to stretch things out and let it breathe. Good. I will not know exactly what that means in terms of what it means to you, because I'm not able to see quite inside where you're going from. But what I like about that is two things. One is you've described the problem, you've described your experience accurately. You need to stretch things out, let it breathe. That's good. That in fact, using words to describe your experience helps kind of positively feedback what you're doing. That was the first thing I liked about that, and then the second thing I liked about that, I can't remember. It was, just that you're doing it, and that you're having that dialogue between yourself and your creative process. Also, I love a good metaphor. Let things breathe. That's great. Michael's saying, would you listen back to the recording to confirm your distaste? Yeah, I listen back to my recordings a lot to confirm my distaste. Yeah, I upload tunes I write to a Dropbox folder, and sometimes I won't, and I just forget them, and then I maybe won't listen to one for months, or sometimes actually it'll be like a year or two before I actually get back to listen to them again, just because I forget. And sometimes, so often actually, tunes that I was really excited about back then, I listen back to them and I'm just like, no, I do not like that. Sometimes it's like that's everything that I do not like about writing, I've just written in that tune. But listening back to tunes I've written it helps that feedback loop, it helps that kind of dialogue, and hopefully helps me improve. And similarly, I've listened back to tunes and going, I don't even remember writing that, but I like it a lot. Like this one I did for a commission, James and Lucia's Hooli. It's one of my better tunes, I think, of recent times. remember that. I don't remember writing that at all. No recollection. But it's one of my favourite ones I've written recently. But listening back, just to answer Michael's question, yeah, I think write stuff, record it, upload the Dropbox, listen back. Sometimes allowing a bit of time because it gives you a bit of distance. Other times, if I'm totally obsessed by it, I don't wait. I just listen back to it whilst I'm trying to clean the kitchen, which definitely slows down my cleaning of the kitchen. But that's me. Anyway, so I'm going to probably draw it to a close there. I'm a wee bit tired. I love doing the brew and the blether at Celtic Connections. I love it. I was asked earlier today by a friend, is that difficult? Yes, it is, but I love it. I love it, but it's difficult and extremely tiring to me. But I love it, and I'm glad of it. So that's my kind of vibe on that. And the reason it's tiring is you're having a conversation. We had like 75 odd people there. A couple of cameras I'd set up. And it's not the same as having a conversation with Callum just like in the house. It's like you have to present this conversation, and I had some questions and as often happens, I'll ask him a question or ask the guest a question, and I'll have a next question kind of loaded in my head, but in answering my first question they very often unknowingly answer my second question and then look back to me, and then I'm left going, I have to find another question or another thing. You have to really think on your feet, and you have to listen to the person talking and also be kind of imagining where the conversation could go and thinking about things you could say and then swiping some of them away, blah 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 blah, continuously. And I enjoy it, but it's like it's a level of mental energy that is unsustainable for long. So, but I love it, and it was great to talk to Callum today, and great to be back at Celtic Connections Festival. I'm really happy with what we've built up there. So, yeah, I'm going to say cheerio and thank yous all for tuning in tonight. Apologies if anyone tuned in last week. I went to my cousin's birthday party in Edinburgh, and I completely forgot that being a Thursday I was supposed to be doing this, so that was a total mistake of mine. So just in case anyone tuned in and just got nothing, apologies for that. I think in my year and a bit doing this, that's the only time I've actually completely forgotten about it. I have cancelled some of these live streams, but I've put a wee notice out. But last week was, yeah, I just completely messed that up and went to Edinburgh on the spree with my family, which was nice, and I wrote her a tune, which was something luckily she liked. So thank you, Gavin. Thank you for saying thank you. Michael Bishop says rewarding. Thank you very much. You guys are like such strong supporters of me and my music, and I really appreciate it. And thank you to everybody else who's been tuning in tonight, because I can see from my little bit of data I get on my screen that there's 7 of you watching just now, which is lovely. And I'll just finish off by just I met someone else got in touch with me recently just to say that they watch this, and in this world of metrics and data and perceived success, if you just try and get higher and higher numbers and that's all you're looking for, that's like a silly game, because there's obviously no limit to that. What I'm proud of, and I think I'm okay to say that, is what I'm viewing as a success of this, having done this for a year now, is that it's made a difference. It's made a big difference to a small number of people, and I'm really happy about that. Rather than like a small difference to a large number of people, I'm not interested in making a big difference to a big number of people. Although that would be nice, obviously. I'd rather make a meaningful difference to you. If it's just one person or several people, if that's making a difference, then I'm viewing that as something that I feel good about, and I'm going to keep going. So I want to thank you all. I do have a Patreon, and there's a free tier on that if you're interested. I do share some stuff for free. In fact, today I shared a video for free of me and my band playing at the Hebridean Celtic Festival 2018. So yeah, come and follow me there if you want to get a bit more, and if you want to support me there you can, but equally you don't have to. I'm just happy to have you tuning in here. So yeah, I'm going to say cheerio. Callum said I should have some kind of theme tune music. I do actually have a bit of something that I need to get. I need to get that going. It's a wee bit of my most famous tune, The Road to Ergie. Imagine, like the start of a film, you get these like some just little tiny bits of music for like whatever the film company. Timpani roll. I might have to get that going at some point. Anyway, I'm just rambling here. So yeah, thank you all very, very much. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Gavin. Thank you, everybody else. So for me, Adam Sutherland here, broadcasting to you from a shed somewhere in Scotland, I will say happy Thursday and good night. Good night.